Hey kids, it's X-Ray Vision coming to you live from Cuatro Cinco Studios. Uh, been a while since I've been on here. Been a while since I've been home. Been a while since I got to talk to my online Hexagon friends. So yeah, changed the studio around just a little bit. I got Biggie up in the back. I got the shield. Um, I got the shield from. I got to give these guys a proper shout out. Find them here in my DMs. Sent all the way from Europe. They make this personalized art with the epoxy. They do they do the wood burning and Valentine holiday decorations that they ship and send. And as far as I understand, it's their main source of income is making these handcrafted crypto art pieces and decorations. I've tried to get them to live stream with me, but they speak Russian and basically communicate through Google Translate. So yeah, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Looks like we had Bobby Axelrod. I think he went to bed. He gave up on me. I don't blame him. We got Crypto Heartbeat in here. What's up? What's up? Crypto Heartbeat. Got Boof on the beat. Camera makes me look 25 pounds lighter. Yeah, maybe that and taking off the sleeves, doing the old trucker t-shirt. I don't know. I don't know. No sleep till Brooklyn. You know, it's funny you said no sleep till Brooklyn question mark, Paul Sachs, because I was thinking earlier, I'm not going to shave or trim my beard until Pulse Chain launches. Like I'll trim my mustache so that I can eat food without it, getting stuck in my mustache, and I'll trim my neck so I don't look homeless. But as far as the beard itself, that thing is growing until it's going to grow until Pulse Chain launches, and I know that could be up to 2 years, but I don't care, man. Like a few other people were mentioning the no shave till Pulse Chain, and that's what I was thinking was the Beastie Boys. No sleep till Brooklyn. I was thinking, uh, no shave till Pulse Chain. How was Burning Man? I got to tell you, Burning Man was one of the most intense and beautiful experiences of my life, and I'm still recovering from the dust. I'm still recovering from the heat. I'm still recovering from the the sunrise sets of DJs. We stayed up. The best DJs in Burning Man come on as the sun's rising, which would have been cool if I was 20 years old. But I'm 100, as you can tell by this updated camera here. Uh, and missing one night of sleep, even at home, takes me months to to catch up on. Paul Sachs says, "I say we all commit to hobo, no shave, neck beards." No, that's. I think the neck beard is not a good look. It's not a good look at all, at least on me. Some people might be able to pull it off, but oh, Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, so my wife and I, we finally escaped Burning Man. It took us like over 10 hours just to get to the gate, and then traffic was crazy, and I drove all night to get us to Salt Lake, and then I passed out the morning, Monday morning. So that would have been the morning of the golf tournament that was put on by KSB TV, and or maybe it's KBS TV. Either way, it's the Germans and the German and the Austrian both put on the golf tournament, and I was really hoping to get down in time for the cabana party, for Jay-Z, CZ's cabana party, and that didn't happen at all. Crypto Sloth, what is up? Bobby Hexelrod, I'm so glad that you came back. You can watch this in bed. You can just tuck yourself in. Uh, I'll lull you to sleep with reading the comments here. Crypto Sloth, like I said, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you a link. Not, you don't have to jump on, but if you can jump on, then awesome. Awesome. Because I got a lot to talk to you about when it comes to all these insane updates going on. I've been trying to reach out to all of my onboards and followers and tell them to, if they have any liquid maxi, definitely go ahead and get that team minted. And all the stuff going on with Icosa and Hedron makes my head spin. And then, of course, we're hanging out in Vegas with, and Dip Catcher and Gold Key are hanging out, and I'm throwing all these ideas at them. They're talking about this insane, this insane. Let me find Crypto Sloth there real quick. They're talking about their announcement that they made where you can lock up your team token along with the perpetuals. And I was like, holy cow, that's crazy. And then he comes on stream and he codes it live, which is totally insane. He was telling me we were at Naga's mansion party, and I was telling him, I had some ideas for some tokens or ideas, and he goes, oh, well, just jump on there and it just code all your tokens yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I don't actually know how to code. And he's like, oh, anyone can code. I'm like, I don't know about that. He's like, can you read? And I'm like, yeah, I can read. He's like, okay, then you can code. And there he was on live stream just coding the staking stuff. Tin Top, what's up? Good to see you. What's up, Hexicans? Alex P, hey, good to see you. It was nice to meet you in Vegas. It was awesome to meet everyone in Vegas. Yup, K, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, so updates, announcements. I've got to get a lot more. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, Sloth, if you're ready to join. I want you to throw you here if you're still putting pants on or something. Oh, he gives me the thumbs up and walks away. There you go.
No, that was an index finger, man. I was like, 1 second, let me make sure.
Oh, okay. I thought that was I can't tell the difference between an index finger and a thumb. That's how recovery I still am. Like I said, we went to Vegas. My wife and I were like, oh, we can just chill. We'll go back to the Airbnb, take naps. Every time I turned around, I was like 100% in my feels, right? Like I would cry at the drop of a hat. I would also like completely just fall asleep wherever I was. I would go to the parties and just start nodding off. And it was everyone at the parties was really cool. There's really good energy, and everyone there was people I wanted to hang out and talk with, i.e. Gold Key and Dip Catcher. I didn't catch Alex at the conference because I just went the second day, but
no, unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it. He had a family emergency that he had to take care of. So, obviously, family takes precedent. And, I hope everything's going all right with that. But yeah, he wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, obviously, he's definitely someone I really look up to in the space. And then let's see here. Brissology says no shaving your back until Pulse Chain launches. Brissology, it was really, really cool to see Brissology there in Vegas. And not only was he good company, he was always keeping an eye out and watching out for everybody. If someone needed a drink of water, if someone needed to be taken home, Briss was there just being a good friend to everybody. So shout out to that. MJ Money says, you don't want to keep Maxi? ? Nope. Just like as soon as Maxi appeared on the scene, I took most of my liquid hex and minted Maxi. I wish I would have minted all of it in Maxi because Maxi is just concentrated hex, right? In liquid form. And now Team is concentrated Maxi in liquid form. So, and now you can lock it up and receive the interest or the penalties from people that, aren't able to hold on to their stakes, right?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
And then X-Ray drops. He's at Naga's mansion party, like Biggie and Tupac are spitting back and forth.
Yeah, it looked like Vegas was a lot of fun. I was sad I couldn't make it.
I have my eyes peeled for you. There's a lot of people I met that that I was like really blown away to see in Vegas. I was really, really happy to see them. And there's a lot of people that I hadn't watched all their YouTube channels. There's so many streamers now that
it's just too many to keep up with.
Yeah, and a lot of people that I talk to, they're like, "So what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I've been streaming for a while now, but it's okay if you don't watch or follow me, because these are all people like that started after me, like yourself.
Yeah.
They've got like way more followers. They do a lot more price and stuff like that. And Jiminy Christmas.
Well, they don't know about your legendary Zoom calls and your like library meetups with the community. You put in work, Hex, right?
I did put in work, and that leads me to Dave Seeley here. If you made your own coin, what would you call it? Pokin token? Heck, I don't know. That's funny. I like Pokin token. And that's another thing is Dave's one of my onboards, and his wife was reached out because I'm telling everyone, hey, mint your team, do this, claim your Hedron, put your Hedron to work, put your Icosa to work. And everyone's like, oh, how do I get ETH? So these are onboards that haven't touched their stuff for months, which is good, right? Yep. They're letting it grow and accumulate, but they keep running out of ETH for the fees to keep running all these functions. And so I need to either get on and do another video of how to go get some more ETH from an exchange or from, Metamask or whatever's the easiest way.
CalSwap is really good because you can pay the fees in the coin that you're swapping into. So you don't necessarily need Ethereum to do the swap. I've been using CalSwap a lot lately for my transactions. And so like if they have like some liquid hex or something like that, or maybe some liquid Hedron, Icosa, Maxi team, whatever it is, as long as like you can like bring it up on the CalSwap, like you'll pay the fee in the coin that you're swapping with. So then they can get some ETH that way without needing ETH at that point.
Cool. Have you done a video on CalSwap, or do you have a link to a good video on walking people through CalSwap?
I think let me pull up cryptographics. He does more of that kind of stuff. I'm less on the like tutorial thing. That's just like not my niche necessarily. But cryptographics does great stuff, and then K4K does great stuff on this kind of stuff. Let me see.
Awesome.
Let me pull it up. Yep, there it is.
Yupk says Briss wouldn't sign my box fan at Pulse.
There you go. I put that in the private chat, and you can throw it in the thing. But yeah, man. So I'm glad Vegas was fun. I'm looking forward to the day that I can go. It was in the middle of the week for most of it, so I had patience and stuff. But from everybody to hear that went, it looked like a great time. All the videos that I saw looked like a ton of fun. How was Burning Man with Kool-Aid?
That was I thought I was ready for Burning Man. Everyone thinks they're ready for Burning Man. The truth is nobody's ready for Burning Man.
How come?
I bet I ran into people that had gone like 6, 15, 18 times, and there's always something that they're not prepared for, whether it's the dust storms or they forgot to bring enough water or gas, or sometimes people forget their clothes completely. We had that happen. One of our friends forgot all of his clothes.
Just showed up.
He just ended up wearing his wife's clothes, our clothes. There's just like this. It's almost like a big game of dress up. There's always something crazy that someone's willing to lend you. There was Tutu Tuesdays, so there was one day where I had like this pink tutu that was had like lights on it, so it was glowing. And then I had one of these like S&M shirts where it's just like see-through except for like a leather zipper down the front. And everyone was calling me Daddy Bear the whole night. And I think I gave off the wrong vibe that night. I don't know if I was really, giving them my true aura, but I spent
the whole family come with you? Was the whole family there with you?
No, my X-Ray chick came with me, and then we had two buddies, friends of ours, stay with us. That was good. We've got Yupk. What kind of drugs did you do? That's great. No, I'd be really happy to talk about that here on live stream with everybody.
Only the ones the doctor prescribes me.
Yeah, exactly. Mostly it was Tylenol and Robitussin. Actually, to be honest, it was a lot of Tylenol and ibuprofen because, as you know, I'm 100 years old. I'm turning 101 next year. And I had a sore throat.
15-year stake at 115 at age 115.
Exactly. The dust gave me like a sore throat. So I was like sucking on cough drops and taking headache medicine, drinking everything I could out there. Paul Sachs, did you find the incognito Cindy Crawford at Burning Man? No, I did not. I did not find Cindy Crawford. We did see Paris Hilton pretending to DJ. She was up there. Well, she might have really been DJing, but like, I don't know. I can't tell a real DJ from a fake DJ. So her standing up there and moving things could be whatever.
Apparently
She was there.
Apparently she does DJ like pretty regularly. From what
Yeah,
I hear.
so
I had a coworker who was like a huge fan of Paris Hilton, and then like went to one of her shows, and she was like all excited about that. I was like, wait, people like pay attention to her still? Like I didn't realize. I was in the loop, but apparently she's a DJ and she's pretty famous. She has NFTs too, so that's
NFTs, baby. And I ran into Aubrey Marcus at one of the parties. I saw him a few times there. I actually tapped him on the shoulder, said, "Hey, I love your stuff," and then he just like disappeared behind the stage with a bunch of supermodels. So I don't know if I ruined it for him or I didn't like ask for a picture. I didn't like you got to be on my podcast, bro, because I'm sure that's what he gets, just trying to go out and get milk in his neighborhood in his 8 Teslas or whatever. But there's him, and then the funny thing is we tracked down Brock Pierce. So like Brock Pierce is supposed to give this talk about, we're assuming blockchain, right? Blockchain and all this stuff. He showed up with a bunch of Native Americans, indigenous people, and they were, kind of giving their ancient wisdom. And then he was giving out blessings, these little trinkets and stuff. And I was kind of waiting for him to say anything about crypto, and he just never did. So that was fun. But the art installations, well, first of all, the energy there just blows your mind. Like, imagine the most energetic place you've ever been, and then times it by like 1,000. It's like it's palpable.
Like a different world.
You can taste it in your mouth, just like the dust in your eyes. Like it's everywhere. And so we're hanging out. Went to a lot of the sound stages, and the music are insane. Insane. There's lasers everywhere. There's plumes of fire shooting hundreds of feet in the sky. Jesus. And then speakers the size of your house, just blowing your
how
whatever.
Long is it? Like a week or a couple days?
It's about a week. Yeah, it's about a week. It starts like on a Sunday and it ends like on a Sunday or something like that.
It's like 24-hour festival basically.
Yeah. Like I said, the best DJs come on when the sun comes up, which in my 20s I could have done, but here, rounding 101, I was just like, I'd crawl back to my RV and just pray that the air conditioner didn't go off when it was hot, so I could sleep the entire rest of the day. It was was insane. And then my wife and I, oh, that's fine. We'll head down to Vegas. We'll take it easy. But like I said, when we were in Vegas, it was like it was everything to do just to hang on. My voice was basically gone. I was like, this is insanity. Why in the world did we think we could do these two things back to back?
But you did.
But it did, and I would do it again. Well, I wouldn't do it the same way again for sure, but I would do it over again because showing up, hanging out with Crypto Coffee, and Fashion Coder, and the whole German crew hanging out. It was just awesome. Every time I turn around, Black Hexagon was putting on another one awesome event after another. And it was just the place to be. And then there was people just coming up and hugging you and saying, "Hey, I love your channel." And it's like, wow, like that was nice. Dude, one of those hugs could last me 10 years.
Yeah, man.
Of doing all the live stream and stuff I could, because it's worth it. It's just the community is amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, sounds like a fun time. Super fun time. And like I said, I'm joining the No Shave Tail Pulse launch of my beard anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna trim my mustache because I spill food. There's bacon on this shirt right here. This is bacon grease from lunch. I cannot eat without spilling food on me, and I don't need like a push broom hanging over my lips. So
move away the facial hair just to eat.
Yeah. get that out of my soup, right? And then but I'm gonna let this all grow, so this will be hopefully it's not
you have to catch up to Orca.
ZZ Top.
I think he's still going.
Oh man, it's gonna be crazy. So the code is done for the team for staking team, and you can stake it with all the perpetuals, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah. So you can stake your team, and team's gonna get rid of a lot of the maxi supply. Is that correct?
I don't remember what percentage of it is burned versus just like held in like some different account. But it's at least taken off the market for sure. I'm pretty sure there's a percent, but I'm not an expert on this stuff. Unfortunately, like I just didn't have the bandwidth to pay attention to it as closely as I do other stuff. Um, but I'm excited for it overall. The perpetuals and team, like I minted a modest amount of maxi, and I'm probably gonna just chuck it all into team just as like a support and to participate in like the Maximus community.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think we've got like another week left, right?
Yeah, there's still a solid amount of time.
And can you take Hex and Mint team with it, or just Maxi?
I think it's just Maxi. But yeah, anybody listening, don't take what I say as gospel. Like, go research it. I'm pretty much talking off the top of my head here. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's just 1-for-1 Maxi mints into team.
Yeah, shout out to Hexy Knitter and Dave in the comments. He says you went to Burning Man and didn't burn out. I don't know if I didn't burn out, but maybe I just didn't burn out all the way. I got pretty dimmed for a few days. Yeah. And then our kids met us down in Vegas the day afterwards, and we went to the Macklemore and Imagine Dragons concert. And Imagine Dragons, they're from Vegas. That's their hometown. So it was like this homecoming for them. It was huge, and they handed out all these little wristbands that blinked lights. And so they would actually control the whole crowd would like light up with your wrists, and they had different colors and patterns stuff going. Oh yeah, it was
that's insane. Super cool.
It was super cool. And my kids, they listen to Imagine Dragons. I've heard them on the radio nonstop for the last 3 years, so I've never had to actually push play on Spotify to listen to them. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like half asleep. My 7-year-old is on my lap, and she's half asleep. She can't hang after like 9 p.m. She just passes out wherever she's at. So I'm kind of like sitting down hugging her. The whole time I'm like, damn, I know all of these songs, and I don't think I've ever like all
intentionally played them.
Yeah, I've never played them, and I know all of them. Yeah, they were really had a lot of positive messages, about just taking care of each other and how happy they were. Macklemore was insanely happy that, he could go out and do live music again, because a lot of these people during the pandemic were like, man, are we ever going to get back to live music and live performances? So there's so much energy in that crowd as well. Just tons and tons of energy. We got a celebrity here that I got to meet down in Vegas again. Monica MoFit Mills hanging out. She was just a light, like a shining light everywhere she went in Vegas. She was just beaming with energy and making everything awesome. Bristology says for team, you can only send maxi. 30% of the maxi goes to the years 369. 20% gets burned. The other 50% goes to the mystery box. I think everyone should have to whisper whenever they say mystery box from now on, because it makes it sound more mythical and stuff. Big hugs from Monica and chat. Yeah, I think I
saw her in a bunch of pictures, like I saw around on Twitter, and I see her around in the chats all the time. So maybe one of these days when I make it out, I'll get to say hi to Monica in person.
Yeah, shout out to Hex Hoddle as well. I couldn't remember anyone's first name, let alone their handle. I got people's handles mixed up. Like there was this wonderful person, Shape Crypto, from Australia. She was actually onboarded from Blaze. So we took pictures with her at Burning Man, and I sent it to Blaze, be like, hey, I found her on board. And then she actually had a dental emergency at Burning Man. Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert, there's no dentist office set up in Burning Man. It is a city, a temporary city that does not have dental offices fixed. So she actually had to go back to LA, get her mouth fixed, and then she showed up in Vegas. It was great to see her again. But she's like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for so and so. And I was like, oh, I'll take you to him. So I run around the mansion party. I find the person I think is the right handle. It's wrong. And I'm like, here they are. And they're like, that's not my name, dude. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oops.
So,
my bad.
Hexray chick, my wife, she's like, no. He's over there. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Now, this is me sober, by the way. Me sober is forgetting people's handles, forgetting people's names. And I'm hoping that they weren't being like, this celebrity here, this Hexray vision has gone to his head. He doesn't even remember the little people, you know. But the truth is, I was like on half a tank of gas at best, you know. So mystery in crypto, no go in my book. So Davis is not a fan of the mysteries in crypto. Monica says, I really love seeing the community again. Hexray 2, thank you very much. And then Hex Huddle says pizza. So I'm not quite sure what that one is. Maybe they're getting some pizza, or they just remembered their pizzas in the oven.
They want to let us know.
Yes. So I don't know. Yeah, I just, being in Vegas made me really grateful for our community, and it really reminded me all the stuff that I have to talk about. Like, I feel like putting together onboarding stuff for brand new people. I don't think we can ever get enough of that stuff. I don't think we can get enough of dumbing down stuff. In fact, my original idea for this channel was to play clips from people like yourself or Crypto Coffee, pause them, and translate them into English.
Translate them into no corner language.
No, seriously, just be like, okay, so there's this money, right? This magic money on the internet, and this money's growing, and he has a fear of missing out, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. That's a good idea.
Like if you and I say something that seems very simple to us, like for instance, I want this token to be audited. I want it to be immutable, unlocked, trustless, and it's got to have a reliable layer 1. You and I, that's really normal to a hexagon. Someone else, I could have just said like purple pants, pizza jump, fire exit, you know, Trangoscoscope, and they'd be like same thing. Same thing. We mean the same thing to them.
Something like just like the word staking. They're like, wait, what do you mean stake? Like, what is that? Like, what is staking? And for us, it's like that's just like common vernacular that we use like throughout our conversations because it's a very common thing in the space. But for something that rudimentary would need like a fairly lengthy explanation to get them up to date on just that one like word. And like all the like the variations of staking, like, you know, single-sided staking, liquidity providing, etc. Like all of it is you know, there's a lot going into that one term.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of vernacular that even though I've been around, I don't understand all of it. I kind of understand what it means enough to listen to the rest of the conversation. But if someone were to say, you know, explain single-sided staking, I'd be like, there's a, you get a coin, there's a coin, you have a coin, you like I wouldn't know. I would not give a good explanation. Yeah, but sometimes they give you 2 coins, but then they give you the coin that people don't like of the coin that you want, and then like it would just sound, it would sound like kids say the darndest things. It wouldn't make sense to anybody. Even people that understand single-sided staking be like, that's not what it means, man. Calm, take a breath, Max.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's shout out to just so many cool people. I did jump in the pool at Naga's party. There's so much craziness going on at Naga's party. I thought the best thing I could do is to go into the pool and stay put. Kind of like when you're lost in the forest and you hug a tree. Like that's the best thing you can do, right? Just hug a tree and hope that a responsible adult finds you. So I stripped down to, you know, just my boxers and jumped in the pool. The pool was 1 degree
everybody show
cooler. It was 1 degree. Well, some other people were swimming in it before I jumped in. But then like at that point, I was like, I'm just going to like get in the pool and stay safe, right? That's a safe place at the pool. So I jumped in the pool. It was 1 degree cooler than the air. So the pool was like 109 and the air temperature was like 110. It was so insanely hot. Good. So I'm just sitting in the pool, and I met some of the coolest people. Lewis, Louis the Fourth, I think is his tag. Him and his wife came up, and we just met all these insanely cool Hexicans that I knew them from Twitter or online. And here they were in the flesh, just like telling their crypto story, like how they got started, how they found Richard Hart. And there's so many parallels between all of us, like the way that we think, the things that we're looking for, our goals in life. It was a lot of fun. But then I realized that I had worn white pants to the party, and it was time to get out. And I don't think he's even on Twitter. He's definitely probably not watching me right now. But I have a really good friend, Henry, that's working with the Freedom TV crew. And Henry found he found a T-shirt that I could use to dry off as much as possible, so that when I put on my white pants, it didn't just look like I had peed myself the rest of the night or for the next 2 hours.
That's bold. Got in the pool without a towel, man. That's
well. It kind of goes to where my brain was operating at the time. Like it wasn't operating at 100%.
Yeah.
Thus having such a hard time remembering.
You're in Hexaco. It's a different place. It's a different place.
Things get slippery in Hexaco. So yeah, no, there was a lot of better looking people jumping in the pool after I got out, and I took credit for that because they probably weren't going to jump in while I was hanging out there. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of Hexicans were just hanging out around Resort World and Conrad. So 24 hours a day, you could just show up and you'd see like Vibrant Finance hanging out. You'd see the KSB crew chilling out. It was really cool. Hex Deck, Hex Siren, they're just walking around the lobby. And it's like, this must be what Hexaco will feel like if we ever pull that off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I heard it described as like, a big family reunion, basically, like that whole Vegas time.
It did. What's funny is we had probably 3 times more people at this event than the one in March. Let's see, January, February, March. Yeah, March. There's probably 3 times more people, but they were concentrated in smaller groups because it was a lot more events and parties and a lot less conference. So
gotcha.
It was cool though. Super cool. Super cool. Monica says scruff is the thing to do. Crispy says saw the title, then felt bad I just shaved. It's okay. It's not too late. Just dropped hashtag no shave till pulse launch in Twitter and join the group. Let's get that trending. No shave till pulse launch. The women can join us too. Being the Burning Man, I saw a lot of very, very hairy hippies out there at Burning Man. A lot of armpit goatees hanging out. So I'm immune to that. Dave says only cooking on one side of the grill. That's actually a better definition of single side staking than I came up with.
I like it.
He's a smart guy. He's got one of those brains that never turns off.
he's always thinking.
The hamster's always just running in that wheel. I even met Nate Stakes for just a moment. I wish I'd spent more time with Nate Stakes, but he showed up at the DJ Lethal's bar for a little bit. Oh, yeah. And that was a lot of cool. Pacific Wind Group 2, he says, okay, I'm in. No shave till pulse chain launches. We're growing. See, look at this. We just doubled the no shave army.
If I did that, man, my beard would be popping out of my mask while I'm like seeing patients. I don't know if that's hygienic. I might have to put like a lunch lady net over my face if I did that with the rate at which we're going to be getting pulse chain at this point.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was thinking like it could literally take 2 years to launch pulse chain. Worst case scenario.
Not. Oh, like from sacrifice or something. Okay, not from like now.
No, I'm saying from now. Like if it really took 2 years from now, I've prepared myself mentally, emotionally, and financially to wait, 2 more years at least till I get access to the tokens and be
low expectations. Can't be disappointed.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I'm praying that the economy finishes crashing this winter, So like I'm thinking December, January, I've heard a lot of people mention this. The energy prices in Europe are crazy high. So as soon as people need to burn oil and electricity to heat their houses in Europe, that could be a domino that just wipes out a lot of the world economies and push like that other shoe can drop. Because it's like watching a plane crash in slow motion right now, right?
That would be interesting to watch a plane crash in slow motion.
Hexray Chick says, "Oh no, so much hair." Yes, Hexray Chick also saw the women with very, very hairy legs, arms, and armpits out there. Yeah, so it's like I want to see this plane crash so that we can start putting it back together, right? Yeah. Like let's reattach the wings to the fuselage. Let's get this thing back up and running, put the propeller on that baby and go. Because
the run up, the ride up after that crash, man, it's gonna be glorious. I'm looking forward to it.
It is. Remember after this last bear market when Bitcoin went flatlined at like 6K.
I wasn't around then, man.
Yeah, so Bitcoin crashed down from 20 grand down to 6 grand, and it flatlined.
Oh, I know what part of the chart you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, boom, that's it. That's the bottom, and everyone jumped in, and then
boom,
the bottom fell out, and everyone free fell to like to 2,800. I think you got it for 2,800 for quite a few times, but basically it's like bouncing around 3 grand, and then that one token, plus token, or plus one token, I don't know. Whatever it was, it rode from 3 grand up to 14 and crashed. And no one knew why. And Richard Hart looked into it and he's like, oh, well, yeah, there was this scam in China where they would only accept Bitcoin. So basically it was kind of like BitConnect, right? Where they were promising these insane returns. Just trust us, no actual way to pay it back. And everyone in China was just buying the shit out of Bitcoin. And so it pushed Bitcoin all the way up to 14K and crashed. And that didn't have anything to do with the bear market. That was just one of those weird anomalies that we were just going, are we on our way back up? We have no idea.
And then we got the COVID dip back to 3K and then off to the races from there.
Definitely. And another thing that I've seen in every bear market that's really easy to see if you pull up the chart of Bitcoin, you'll see one insane Judas candle down right before the halvening and right before it starts climbing up. And it's just this red candle or wick going clear down. And in my opinion, that's got to be the exchanges just flooding everyone out of their trades and positions and just loading up because they know they're
liquidating all the longs basically because everyone's like long for like the halvening and stuff. Get all those coins snatched up and then they get to ride the whole wave up, not you.
Yeah. And right now the halvening the Bitcoin halvening should be around May 2024.
It's my that's about my graduation date. Nice timing right there.
And graduating from you're getting a master's degree right now, is that right?
Dentistry. I'll be a dentist.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, gonna be Dr. Crypto Sloth soon, man. 2 years, baby.
Dr. Crypto Sloth. That's right. I met there's a guy that is a dentist that owns several practices in LA that I've been trying to help onboard and answer questions for. And then another prominent Hexican owns a practice and his brother's the dentist.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, so
I've had a couple people reach out to me like, yeah, I'm like an endodontist, yeah, like I'm a general dentist, like et cetera, and like they like my content and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is super cool. Now I can learn from them because I know nothing about dentistry. I need to learn a lot. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm building a little dentist network within Hexico.
Yeah, we will definitely need dentists in Hexico. That's one thing we're not going to be able to do without. So. That's sweet. Yeah, I just I thought I haven't been on air since I came back. I think the last stream I did was from Burning Man with Crypto Kool-Aid. And I
That
think
wonky,
half of
pixelated.
half of that is unwatchable. Someone told me if you skip to the middle of it, I should probably take it down, edit it, clean it up. But yeah, that was like the last stream I did, and that was just, every time Kool-Aid gets on stream with me, he gets in trouble because he's part of all these projects and NDAs and stuff. And
yeah, I don't know how many NDAs is this guy under.
He spills a little too much alpha because he gets all excited, right? Because people in chat ask the right questions to get him going, and then he gets his hand slapped, and his friends and partners are like, "Hey, stop talking, don't spill all the alpha."
I'm excited to see what he's been working on. Until then, we'll just have to parse through the analogies and metaphors to figure it out.
Yeah, it gets cryptic. It gets slippery sometimes, for sure. There was the other thing we were talking about in Vegas is we need to have just a regular chill meetup somewhere. Like I'm thinking like a camping meetup or like a barbecue, something chill, like at a national park where we can all, like the old people like myself, can just sit in lawn chairs and listen to butt rock or something like that. Something that's not going to require as many naps and ibuprofen afterwards. That's kind of where I'm thinking is something a little more chill. People can bring their kids to it and not worry about them,
getting exposed to Vegas.
Exposed to anything Vegas. And then at the same time, I had so much fun at Burning Man and at these other festivals. I'd like to get a group of Hexicans together that are going to the smaller festivals first. So there's one right around Valentine's Day in Miami called Love Burn, and that's Florida's little regional burn. And then in Utah, kind of on the border of Utah and Idaho, around June, there's one called E11, and that's Utah's Burning Man little regional burn. So if we can get together some of these little regional burns, people can like dip their toe in it. That's what I did with my wife first, is I took her to one of the smaller regional burns so she could see how crazy it was, or actually see that it's kind of what you make it, right? If you want to go there and see art, you're going to go there and see art. If you want to go there and dance until the sun comes up, there's that, right? If you just want to like run around nude the whole time, go for it. Unfortunately, most of those guys are over 50. They're males over 50 that are just naked the first day, and you're like, Frank, we know that there's porta potties closer to you. You don't have to take that route, Frank. I think you're being a little exhibition, going on here, Frank. No one wants to see that, Frank. Go sit back in front of your RV and play Leonard Skinner.
Frank showing his Frank.
Frank's Frank. Yeah, there's a lot of that. The nice thing is that have you ever seen Black Mirror? That episode where like if someone blocks you, they like literally block you from their brain. Your brain starts doing that the second or third day into the festival. So if you're just walking around, your brain will just start blurring images in the peripheral because you'll just like get used to not looking. You're like, so it almost like edits out Frank's Frank as you're just walking.
You've seen it enough. Your just brain filters it. I was like, yeah, that's Frank. Oh, whatever.
Exactly. Our brains are really, really magical things. They protect us. They do a good job.
Well, Hexer, I gotta hop off, man. I had a fun talking with you a little bit. Always good to catch up, man.
Timing. Yeah, I love picking your brain. I love going through your think tank on Telegram. If you guys want some alpha, jump in there. That place is hopping. Right there. That place is hopping. And I just want to say I was so grateful to see everyone in Vegas, and I'm just so grateful for the community, because the community is the secret sauce, right? Because this kind of came to me in Vegas. I thought Richard Hart founded Hex, but he didn't create Hex. The community came up with the T-shares. The community came up with the interest rate. The community came up with the penalties, right? Yeah. Like, it really was the community that created Hex and made it special, and it's the community that continues to make things in the Richard Hart ecosystem. And just to be around this community, I'll never take that for granted. So
100%.
Have a great night. Get some sleep.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
See
having
if I
me
can
on
get my
again, man.
sleep schedule back on track.
Smart. I'm gonna get a little bit of work done before I hop off. I was just about to start up, and you're like, "Come on, stream." I'm like, oh, can't say no to Hexray, man. It's the first stream I ever came on.
Yeah, it's magic. It's the community. So thanks again, and we will be checking you guys out later. Have a great night, everybody. Peace out.